We have a absolute ton of new information after this last episode. I mean, it goes from the Lord of the Dungeons to politics between elves, dwarves, humans, how to deep fry frogs, how to cosplay them, and then the dragon just showed up. I mean, what's going on here? First off, like Chilichuk has got to be the MVP of this episode, and even like a couple of past episodes, in my opinion. I mean, let's just go through some of the things. One, he before anyone noticed it, he noticed Laos's sword. First, did y'all notice that? Like, is he catching on to like the little monster in Laos's sword? I don't know, just a thought. But he notices that prior to anybody else and says, and basically alerts everybody saying there is a monster here. And guys, I cannot stop burping. Well, when I say guys, I mean like the 7 of you that are subscribed here, and then, but I mean, I don't really have a lot of subscribers that continuously watch the show, but you know how much editing I have to do because I cannot help but burp. I think I have GERD. This is totally irrelevant, and I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but it's just so annoying. I swear it's GERD. Anyway. And then in the middle of the fight, I mean, the dude realizes that the frogs aren't affected by the tentacles at all. And thanks to skin the frog, wrap his hands in the frog's skin, and then notices that there's a trap near the frog. And I mean, he realizes that the frogs aren't affected by the tentacles at all, wraps his hand in the frog skin because basically Laois is like, yeah, it's probably something to do with their anatomy, and then goes and triggers the trap to kill the frog. Like, that's just the first thing that happened during the show. I mean, my guy's crazy. He's continually saying, at least later on in the episode, that don't count him in on fighting, and this dude just like straight up Bear Grylls it. I don't know, reminds me of the episode, I don't know if y'all saw it, but where he like crawls inside a camel to stay warm over the night in the desert. But I swear he has to be a key player in fighting the dragon later on. I mean, he's the only one who later on, if you've seen the episode, remembers that Shinji's shield, not shield, pot can be used as a shield, and the knife as the only thing they got that can penetrate a dragon's scales. So I'm just saying, he's got to come in handy at some point during this dragon fight. Like, he's not as useless as he's letting on. Now, let's go through some top Marcel movements. I hope that was cool. If it wasn't, I'm so sorry. I suck at editing. But the way that she was with Laos and Shinji, I don't know. I just love it. I love Marcel, okay? I've got a weird thing. It doesn't matter. Let's move on to number 2. Second, the way she looked in the frog skin. Yes, Laos was right. She looks cute in the frog skin. Yes, that's very true. Lastly, her tearful eyes, dude, it just broke my heart. I could feel like the fear in her just from the eyes alone. I don't know. But anyway, this show has just stayed surprising me. When I first started watching it, when I first saw it on Netflix, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like Food Wars a little bit. It's gonna be a show primarily about food, and it's just gonna be funny, and there's gonna be a little bit of a plot to it, but nothing crazy, right? No, this dude just brought in politics to this show. I mean, where is it here? What have we got going on? We learned from Mr. Tansu's conversation with the Lord of the Island. I don't know his name. I don't know if it said it. If it did, I missed it. But that the original inhabitants of the dungeon were dwarves. And then the elves came in, took over the dungeon, and then the elves didn't know what to do with it. So then they gave it to the humans. And then the humans have been using it and having fun with it. And now the elves are like, hello, we want it back. And one, the Indian givers. 2, gosh, my hair, what is that? Hold on a second. That's not much better. We're going to keep going. Now the elves want it back. And Mr. Tansus just straight up looks at the rich dude and is like, yeah, don't do that. Why would you do that? You're stupid if you do that. I mean, they don't want treasure. They just want the immortality spell, which is, I got questions about. Like, in my mind, it kind of makes me think that Fallen's already dead. And not like dead because their body's still stuck to her soul's still stuck to her body. So even if she's dead, it doesn't matter because they can bring her back. Like, we already watched that happen. So part of me is kind of like, I wonder if they're gonna be able to kill the dragon, or something's gonna happen with the dragon, and they're gonna realize that Fallen's dead, and maybe that's when Mr. Tansu comes back in, or maybe he has another role to play. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out at some point anyway. But anyway, back to the politics. So all these elves want is the immortality spell. And Mr. Tansu's like, dude, we should just figure it out ourselves and have them crawl onto our feet, and then think about how much money and power you would have. Kind of crazy. And what even brought it up to the next level for me is that the Elven King gave this dude his land. So he's kind of in a sticky situation, and it's kind of crap if you ask me. I definitely wouldn't want to be in his position. But then let's start talking about the Lord of the Dungeon, or the lunatic magician, like, that's done all these magic circles. Like, who is this dude? I mean, I don't know. Do any of you guys know? Do you guys have any guesses? Like, anything that you watched that you saw that I missed? I mean, yeah, just let me know if there was anything that you think I missed and below. But they have to be swooping in to help Laos' team with the dragon. I mean, I don't know who else is going to do it, because speaking of the dragon, I mean, the damn thing just showed up, and they're already missing half their firepower. All they have really is Laos and Marcel. Like, Chilichuk, like, I'm assuming he's going to have to be helpful in some way, but he already said it, he's not a fighter. And then Shinji, he's not a fighter either. He doesn't have an axe that works. The only thing they got is his shield and his knife. So that's 2 people. They're missing like 3 people right now. So it makes me think they have to be meeting together or something like that. And because, I mean, their only plan right now is to trap a dragon under a building. Like, I'm sorry, if you go back and watch a lot of other shows, trapping the giant creature never works. It sometimes works. You get my point. But at least they're fed. We don't got to worry about them starving anymore, because Shinji fed them with these amazing recipes.